It's so much things is happening in this world, and it's coincidence if you believe in such a thing that Remy and Papoose they get into online expose. They expose each other. They talk shit about each other. They say this and that about each other. They post a whole bunch of videos online that you could go search up. You look up their name. Oh damn, Remy said that about him. Oh damn, Papoose said that about her. Oh damn, their partners are saying, when actually none of those that's happening, none of those things that are occurring actually affect your life directly. They don't matter. But it's crazy how when there's an actual important issue that can affect you right then and there, that can affect you tomorrow, such as what's going on geopolitically, politically, the bills that are being signed, the bills that have been passed through the House, that is coming through the Senate, some things that can affect you today, something that can affect you in the very near future. Let me ask you a question. If Sean P. Diddy Combs, if he goes to jail, this is a point I'm trying to make. If he gets 5 years, if he gets life in prison, if he gets 1 year, if he walks away, how much does that actually affect your life? Probably zero. Probably zero, right? Yeah, it's probably zero. So, this is my point. People internalize what's going on in the media. People internalize and dwell on what's going on in celebrity life. And it's not by coincidence that all these things clusterfuck along with what's actually happening, what bills are being signed that can affect you immediately. But you need to be distracted with this guy going to jail. So to answer the question, it don't matter how much time Diddy gets. It doesn't affect your life at all. Newsflash. Now let's talk about something that's going to affect your life in the next coming weeks. Let's talk about what's gonna affect your life in the next coming weeks. Okay? The big beautiful bill. The big beautiful bill. Okay? This bill, ChatGPT, I searched up in ChatGPT. I said, yo, what's the most important things that takeaways from this bill? The big beautiful bill that Trump signed. Something that can affect you immediately. Number one, tax reforms and extensions. Permanent extension of 2017 tax cuts. The guy that you guys hate so much, your taxes have been prevented from being heightened since 2017. And now the 2017 tax cuts are permanent. So you've been paying less taxes than you actually should have been without these cuts. Elimination of tax on tips and overtime. Income earned from tips and overtime will no longer be taxed. Child tax credit increase. The child tax credit is increased to $2,500 through 2028. See what I'm saying? Through 2028. Then reverse to $2,000 after. Pass-through business deduction expansion. The deduction for pass-through business income is increased from 20 to 23%. That's just number one of tax reform and extensions. These things affect you soon, immediately, 5 years from now, 1 year from now, whenever they sign this shit, whenever the Senate passes this through. Entertainment needs to just be entertainment. You don't dwell on it. You don't internalize it. Because they live very different lives. I don't even think celebrities know that they are tools for distractions. For those who internalize what they got going on. They are tools for distractions. They are tools for chaos. And I don't think they know it. I don't think they have any idea. This is my honest opinion. I don't think they have any idea what do they do. I think they are so involved and so intertwined with the devil's work that when something pivotal is about to happen, it's like temptation comes. Oh man, you see Remy, you see what your boyfriend, your ex-husband is doing? Your ex-husband just posted a picture with Clarissa Shields. Oh my God, I think you need to say something. I think you need to expose him. And then at perfect timing, the internet train wreck has happened to distract you from keeping you informed. Not even on things that may hurt you, just on things that'll help you. They don't want you knowing that the most hated man in America has done a lot, is doing a lot, is getting bills signed, it's helping you pay your taxes, it's helping you not get taxed on overtime and tips. And nah, we gotta distract you from that. You need to see these black people. You need to see these black people here. Okay? And we're trying to make them look insane and look bad in the population, in society. And these celebrity chess pieces are gonna be the forefront to keeping that narrative alive. Narrative 1, marriage doesn't make sense. Narrative 2, if a chick goes to jail and she comes out and she missed her time being a hoe or whatever the hell, she missed her time living her life, she's gonna go and live her life, so you should never hold a chick down. There's a whole bunch of narratives, negative narratives, that has been lived through these celebrities if you internalize it. That's why I preach, do not internalize nothing these celebrities do on this internet. They are made to distract you from what you're actually doing and what's important. Don't internalize it. If you want to marry the chick that is loyal to you, you should go do that. If you want to hold down a chick you should go do that. You should never post what you do private publicly, because once you do that, there's no chance to, or there's very little chance to save a relationship or friendship that you once had, because you decided to post what you wanted to post on the internet about your ex-loved one. The Diddy trial. First off, this is the thing about the Diddy trial, right? Believe it or not, I've had discussions about this because it's all entertainment. Of course, there's some bad things that happen during this trial. There's some bad things that actually happen in real life during the events before this trial with Diddy, Cassie, and whoever the alleged victims are. So while watching this thing happen objectively and watching Cassie's trial, Cassie's testification or testifying on the stand, watching her do that, this is my conclusion. Diddy's probably gonna get off or get way less time than you think. Does that affect my life directly? No. This is me looking at that objectively. Cassie, 8 months in, pregnant. She has to go up there first, star witness. From my conclusion, it looks like girlfriend got mad that she wasn't getting her way for 10 years. Diddy got another chick, Carisha, turned her up in a year, 2 years. Got her a podcast, millions of views. Even got an award. She even made hits before that. Like, her music career is way more successful than a Cassie. Cassie wanted her book to be written. She needed 30 million from Diddy. Diddy said no. You look into the text messages of what Cassie's been saying back and forth to Diddy. It seems like they were two peas in the pod to me. This is objectively. Yes, she was abused. That's a bad thing. Yes, there's a video of her being dragged across the hotel floor. Yes. What is Diddy getting charged for again? What's Diddy getting charged for? Chat GPT. What is the current charges that Diddy is facing in his trial? 2025. Racketeering conspiracy. Prosecutors allege that Combs operated a criminal enterprise over 2 decades, using his businesses and influence to facilitate illegal activities. Sex trafficking. He is accused of coercing and exploiting women, including his former partner Cassie Ventura, into participating in drug-fueled sexual acts. I'm gonna tell you right now, sex trafficking, former partner Cassie being a victim, you might as well X her name out that list. Objectively, I don't know what the jury's gonna do. Transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs allegedly transported individuals, allegedly transported individuals across state lines for purpose of prostitution. First of all, Diddy is a mogul. Everybody back then wanted to go to a Diddy party. That's number one. Yo, do you want to go to a Diddy party? Hell yeah, I want to go to a Diddy party. They drive, transport themselves to wherever this party's at. Private jet. Yo, do y'all want to come to the private party on the island? Yo, man, if you want to come, we gonna take these private jets. You know what I'm saying? Just meet me here, and we're gonna fly over there. Yeah, of course, Diddy. Oh, no. Yeah, of course, Diddy. Yeah, of course, Diddy. The prosecution has a very tough case because there's nowhere in these charges that says being a freak is a crime. There's nowhere in these charges that says domestic violence is a part of the crime. Maybe in the coercing and exploiting women in the sex trafficking part of these charges that you see currently on my screen, the second one. Maybe it might squeeze through that. But in my opinion, Diddy might walk or get very little time. Does this really affect my life directly? No, it doesn't. Let's get to something. Let's get back to what is actually happening that affects your life in the very near future. Okay? Oh, speaking of that, speaking of cases, before I even do that, there's the difference between Diddy and Tory Lanez, since we're talking about court, judges, prosecution, defense. There is a difference between a clear difference in this Diddy and Tory case. All right, besides the charges, the lawyers on Diddy's side are way better than the Tories. It's not even close. Yo, 8, why you say that? Simple. This is why I say that. Tory Lanez thought being a street dude and not testifying against Kelsey was an actual good idea, or just not getting up on the stand. He was supposed to get on that stand. That's what was supposed to happen. He chose not to get on that stand. You know why? You know why? You know why Tory Lanez decided to not get on that stand? Because his lawyer said, "Nah, I don't think we need to get on that stand. We don't need to get on that stand. You know, we got this. We got this." Do you know that? Did you know that Tory's fingerprints wasn't even found on the gun? I'm gonna say that again. Tory Lanez's fingerprints wasn't even found on a gun. He got 10 years in jail. Let me look up his charges. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, number 1. If his DNA is not on the gun, how did he get charged for that? How did he get convicted for that? Carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. Discharging a firearm with gross negligence. I'm gonna say this one more time if you didn't hear me. His fingerprints, DNA, was not found on the gun. You know what they said in that court? It doesn't matter about what the evidence is. All that matters is, does this guy deserve to be in prison or not? You have a bad lawyer. Your lawyers are horrible, Tory. He got stabbed 14 times in jail. All because he didn't. In one of his records, Tory says, besides him having a bad lawyer, he has bad decision making skills and a lot of pride. He says, paraphrasing, "I will not tell even if I'm a felon. That's word to Canada." So basically, you just told me you did not want to tell on the alleged real shooter, which is Kelsey, that you was trying to take the gun out of her hand, and now you had to get stabbed 14 times in order for people to have your back and say, "Yo, he didn't do this. We got new evidence." Dog, you could have saved yourself so much time. You could have actually died that other week. I forgot what week it was. You could have died, bro. This happened in May. 14 times. It wasn't your time. You made a silly decision. You're probably going to be bigger than you ever been once you get out. But was the loss of blood, the entering into the jail, the 2 hots in the cot, the having telephone calls, village visitation, COs telling you to get the fuck back in your cell, was that all worth it? You might, after you come out, you might think, yeah. But in my opinion, no, bro. You could have been out here if you would have told. Like, you ain't shoot the chick. You ain't do none of that. You decided to hold your tongue because of street code. Tory Lanez coming out of jail or staying in jail, does that affect our lives? It's possible. It could affect your life in some way. It's possible. It affects narrative. The narrative is nasty. Damn, my hand wasn't even on the gun and I could get charged for 10 years. I could get 10 years prison sentence and my name wasn't even on my hand, my DNA, nothing was on the gun and I could be charged. It's a possibility. This might affect your psyche. Does it directly affect your life though? It's debatable. But the narrative is what's important nowadays. The narrative, the distractions and narrative. You got to look at the world from 40, 45, 50, 100,000 feet. You need to look at shit from a satellite point of view. You need to look at why narratives changes and shifts. You need to look at past and present. Why Tory Lanez became a target? Why did Diddy become a target? What did he do? Whose foot did he step on? What's happening in the world today that's directly counterbalancing the attention that needs to be attended to with geopolitical activities versus celebrities? What's going on in the world? Okay, Trump says he doesn't like Putin no more because Putin has been killing people and they discussing peace and Putin keeps bombing people. Putin is being an asshole. I don't like him. What's happening to Putin? News not really reporting that, or they're saying it, but they're not really saying it. They're not really standing on Trump not liking Putin no more, because the previous narrative was you was a puppet for this guy. Now you don't like him. That doesn't go with our narrative. That's how you need to look at things. Remy, Papoose, what's going on in the world? All this happened all at once. The celebrities are tools for distractions. That's it. They don't even know that they're tools for distractions. They don't know. The devil just comes into their rooms and into their phones and into the mouths of their friends that see what Remy has posted and want to go back and tell Pap, or vice versa. And y'all need to fuel the gossip and the narrative. Nah, you can't let her say that. You need to go live. You need to go live. You need to go live, Remy. No, you need to go live, Pap. No, you need to go live. Big beautiful bill just passed. Geopolitical activities happening. Tariffs is happening. These things affect your lives immediately. These celebrities happening. These celebrities fighting each other. These celebrities going to jail. These celebrities saying this and that entertains us greatly. It fuels the narrative of, damn, maybe you shouldn't hold your girl down in jail. Damn, maybe you shouldn't hold your guy down in jail. Damn, I'm glad I didn't go to that Diddy party. Damn. Black people that be powerful, they get targeted. Damn. Fear. The main objective is fear. You are now fearful that something can happen to you. You are now fearful that this person is not faithful. This is fear. Fear is distraction. Fear causes you to not look at things that actually affect you right here, right now. Let's go back to this big, beautiful bill. Oh my God, it's so many amazing things that you have missed. First, I said tax reform extensions. That's the first thing I said. With elimination of tax on tips, the child credit increase, pass-through business deduction expansion from 20% to 23%. Diddy has nothing to do with this. Remy and Papoose have nothing to do with this. Joe Budden and Fat Joe talking about court seats and all this shit has nothing to do with this. These things actually, this bill actually affects your real life right here now. Let's go to number 2. State and local tax salt deduction cap increase. The salt deduction cap is raised from 10,000 to 40,000 for households earning up to 500,000, benefiting taxpayer in high tax states. Look, this is what the salt deduction cap is. State, local, all that, right? You have a $10,000 deduction limit on how much you can deduct. Say if you got a $12,000 tax bill, you only could deduct up to $10,000. So you're still gonna have to pay $2,000. Now that has increased from up to $40,000. So if you got a $12,000 tax bill, it is a possibility that you can deduct the entire tax bill now, because they raised it from 10,000 to 40,000. If your household is more than 500,000, of course that changes. But now you have a chance to get and take home more money to your household, feed your family, buy food, everything, because of this big beautiful bill. Medicaid and social programs. Oh, this is gonna be controversial. This is gonna be controversial. Number 3, Medicaid and social program reforms. Medicaid work requirements. Able-bodied adults without children must meet work requirements to qualify for Medicaid. Increased eligibility verification. States are required to conduct more frequently eligibility checks for Medicaid recipients. That's controversial. Is it supposed to happen? Is that a good thing? Possibly. Yes. Restrictions on coverage. Medicaid funds cannot be used for gender affirming care to cover undocumented immigrants. Oh my God. He said gender affirming care. He said immigrant. Oh my God. This guy is he's too right winged. He's too right winged. This is a good thing that's going on with this. Defense and border security funding. An additional $150 billion is allocated to defense, including $25 billion for the Golden Dome missile defense system. Did y'all know that the Golden Dome literally protects the United States from all missiles, most missiles? Makes it very hard to get hit from an outside missile. The terrorists that can affect your life, my life, today, tomorrow, yesterday, are all mad that the United States is actually going to build this Golden Dome. Israel got it. Israel has been damn near impenetrable because of their dome. Did you know that? Probably didn't. You too worried about what Cassie did, what Remy did, what... This affects you today. Border security enhancements. $70 billion is designated for border security measures, including $46.5 billion for barrier construction and $4.1 billion to hire additional border control agents. You see what they want to distract you from. All these good things are happening. They don't want you to know that. They want you to keep the negative. Yo, the government doesn't do nothing for us. The government, voting doesn't matter. Oh my God, voting doesn't matter. You want to keep that narrative in your head, so you focus on what this rapper is doing or that rapper is doing. What guy has committed these sexual deviant acts, and those don't affect you. Don't internalize what celebrities do. Just be entertained. Go back to your real life. That's it. Okay? That's it. That's all. You could go look up in Chat GPT, you know, what's good on this tax bill and all that stuff. And make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back for another one. I'm out of here.